everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Joanna. We have an update on our 642 Tiny Things to Draw series. This is update number 2. Starting us off, we have a nail art design. Originally, I wanted to have the fingers folded over the hand, but that was not working at all, so I ended up just tracing my fingers, because that worked. I like long nails, so I'm adding some claws. Unfortunately, the shape got a little messed up as I continued with the drawing. That is very unfortunate. We're gonna keep moving forward. Yes, I'm using real nail polish for this one. I thought it would be a fun touch. And for the design, I'm using a white nail art brush by LA Colors, and my god, this was so hard to control. Originally, I wanted to do like some drippy drips and then some swirly swirls, and that didn't work out. As you can see from the pinky, it's horrendous. So from there, I just ended up doing some abstract lines and dots, which kind of look like butterfly wings to me. So then with the background, I started adding in some more abstract lines and dots to match the nails. And then I didn't think that was good enough, so I outlined all the white lines with black micron. The white lines are done with Allery acrylic paint marker. I do not recommend this brand. The paint is very transparent and it is extremely difficult to get a solid continuous line. Why am I using it, you ask? Because it's all I have at the moment. If you just ignore the pinky nail, this isn't bad. Now we have the eye of a sewing needle. I went more graphic with this one and I really like the end result. I tried to render metal by using a metallic silver colored pencil, and then I went in with some shading with micron pens later, like right now. The thread is colored pencil and my pilot pens, and I went for pink as a nice contrast because I filled in the backgrounds with micron brush pen to get a nice solid black. Next up is a thimble. I pulled a real thimble out of the sewing kit to use as reference, and this is entirely done in graphite with my mechanical pencil and an eraser to bring out some highlights. The prompt for this one is a coat button, and honestly I was not feeling drawing today, so I kind of half-assed this one and it shows. I added the pluses in the background as a cartoonish fabric texture. The prompt is very clearly in this shot, but I'll still tell you what it is: a pearl onion. Using graphite as the background, then blending that out with my finger, then coming in with my eraser to erase the graphite from the inside of the onions. And now filling in the onions with colored pencil, I'm mixing yellow and green. I'm using that same green for a shadow because colored shadowing is cool. And I am darkening that shadow with brown. And now some scribbly lines for onion texture, and I think that looks pretty cool. Now we have the last bite of a cookie, and honestly I did not know how I was gonna go about this because that is a very odd and textured, therefore hard thing to draw. Like all of the other drawings in this book, I started with a sketch, and then I lined that with micron, and then I came in with colored pencils, and I figured it out as I went along. I added some lines in the background to make this more interesting because as of now it was too plain and boring, and I messed up those lines really bad. And now I'm drawing Freckles, but Joanna, that looks like the start of eyes. That's because it is the start of eyes. I wanted a recognizable part of the face, not just some random dots on a page. I actually tried on this one and I think it came out pretty cool. When I got to the micron line work of it, I did like a scribbly sketchly outline because I thought it would be more interesting than just the same old boring straight outline. Yeah, and now I'm putting down a base layer of graphite for the start of shading, and then I shaded that even more with graphite, and then I came in with the colored pencils. I am layering quite a bit for this one. All of the colored pencils that I am using for this image, except for the blue and the eyes later, are from the Crayola Colors of the World colored pencil box, which is skin tones. A very good variety of skin tones. Here's the Freckles! This is definitely one of my favorites so far. And now we have a tooth filling. I had this really cool composition idea in my head where it'd be like looking into the mouth and it would be like really stark graphic colors, very saturated, and neither of those composition ideas came out as planned. Got some double outlining going on in this one. That's cool. Black micron and colored pilot pens. I chose to use a metallic silver ink for the tooth filling on the teeth because I thought that would be really cool and closer to like actual metallic filling. It's so shiny and pretty, I love it. However, it did bleed through onto the page behind it and made the ink bleed there. And now you got these weird orange splotches. I'm mad. And we are going to end this week with the date on a penny. A rather boring prompt, but I think I made it look pretty dang cool. I used a mix of brown and yellow colored pencil, and then I also had a metallic gold colored pencil, which I used for like the base color. And then I went over all of the colored pencil with metallic gold Aleri paint marker, which is the darker color, and a gold metallic Sharpie, which is the lighter color. Right now I'm still on pencil, starting with the highlight and then going into the low light and then like a mid-tone and then the base tone. This is that gold metallic pencil I was talking about earlier. It looks gray, like graphite gray for some reason, which is odd and not what I expected. I haven't used this colored pencil in a while. So I went over some of it with that light brown, which is what I used as a mid-tone, and mixing the two colors brought it back to more of like a copper color, and going over it with the two metallic markers made it look less gray and more copper as well. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in about a week or so, maybe 2 weeks, for the third update. I'm doing my best to do at least one doodle a day, and so far we're doing relatively well.